excited.
That's it.
Nice stiffy.
Let me feel it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live by the champ. Our last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
To see it all unfold. I appreciate you two gentlemen for being here, and I will see you both this Sunday. Hopefully, if you guys have some time, I'd like to interview you both personally. Another update here, Wrestling with Savage. We're here at this show that Jack is doing, and it's a good show, lightning in a bottle. And the update is this: Lewis still hasn't gotten off his ass. Lewis still hasn't gotten any coffee. There's no coffee in this man's cup, and it's unacceptable, Lewis. Get your ass up now. Stop wasting my stickers. Stop wasting my time. Stop wasting company money. Get up and be productive. Get up and do your job. People get paid to go to work. What are you doing that constitutes work right now?
I'm bored.
All right, he's done. Savage here with Matt Cardona, headlining Lightning in a Bottle. And I gotta say, he is the new Attitude Era. And I am fucking loud, but I gotta say something to somebody you kicked there. They'd be kicking their ass all over the place. Bully Ray, you saw what he did on Impact? He absolutely has no class, unlike Tommy Dreamer, and unlike Matt Cardona, who's filled with class. Matt Cardona, could you just do me a favor? Tell me what you're gonna do here tonight, and tell me what you're gonna do in the year 2023, baby.
Oh my God, well, I am the indie god tonight. I got Danny DeMonto here. This is the biggest opportunity of his life, the biggest match of his life. But for me, it's just a booking I took on a Sunday afternoon. So really, I flew in, went to the diner, got a tan, gonna beat this guy, and I'm flying out. Not even staying in Jersey because Jersey sucks.
Jersey does sucks, and that's what Matt's here to do. Make money, kick ass, and continue the road to domination. Like I told you earlier last year, you are the new Attitude Era. When are you going to make that splash and just prove everyone in the world that you are literally the best wrestler walking in the world today? Doesn't it bother you to see guys like MJF cut a promo, but he hasn't done what you do? He hasn't walked in your shoes. He hasn't caused the internet revolution.
I actually love MJF. Props to MJF. He needs a little help with his tanning. So if you need some help tanning your hands, hit me up, MJF. But listen, this has been a crazy year, and it's only February. My calendar, it's filled up till December. 2022, best year of my life. But 2023 is going to top that 100%.
I agree 100%. Thank you, Matt Cardona, for taking some time today right here.
Alpha, you paying me for this?
I got you. We'll figure it out, man. Alpha's not paying me the big bucks to do commentary. I'm getting paid from the Samoan bloodline now, so I got you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching Wrestling with Savage. I'm here live at the Signature Performance Center, and as you can see, the wrestlers here get the best facility in the world. Look around. This is just one of the rings they have. Right now, they're taking apart the other ring that you just saw in the Last Resort event. They're going to bring it in here. This is where the boys train and get it done and bring you the best wrestling on the East Coast right now. BPW, the fastest growing wrestling organization, the hottest thing in pro wrestling. We just signed a deal. We're going to be streaming live on pay-per-view next month. Sabu has entered the battlefield, and you never know what you're going to see right here at BPW. Yeah, look at that bump. Look at that bump right there, goddammit. 20 years in the making right there. Welcome to Wrestling with Savage, and you're watching Savage actually take a bump right there. But that's not why you're here. You're here to talk about Monday Night Raw, but we're not going to do that yet. But why? Why is that? Because this is my show, and I do what I want on my show. Welcome, Toto Watam. Welcome, Anthony Loves Wrestling, to another edition of Wrestling with Savage. Tom, how you doing?
I'm great.
You're great. Should we get some music popping? What do you want? Rock or dance?
Rock. I don't know.
Boom. That's it. Done. A little rock. Anthony, what's up, brother?
Exhausted.
Well, you should have had all day to sleep. I didn't. I know that much. But anyway, May 6th, Men's Sports Arena. And I know this is a special event to Tom, and that's why we're kicking off with this. Tom, why don't you go ahead and sell everyone on Wrestling Con 4, 80s Wrestling Con 4 right now?
All right, so last year was my first wrestling con, and it was unlike anything I've ever seen before. Tommy Fierro has brought the 80s into 2023. Last year, I saw about 40 different wrestlers from the 80s. It really was a experience that I didn't think I'd ever have. It's happening again this year, and it looks like that there's going to be maybe more than last year. Looks like there's going to be a few that you're going to actually have. I'm looking at the
Yes, sir.
promo right there for Jimmy Hart and Marty Jannetty. It's going to be
Sealed
super.
and delivered, man. I'm super hyped to actually sit down to these two legends, and I don't think they've ever sat down next to anyone quite like me, Tom. So I think they're in for a treat. I think I can keep these guys entertained for 3 hours, and I also think I can get them to say, "Hey, where are you going later tonight? We need to have a drink."
Well, it's an all-day affair. It starts at 11 and it ends at around, I think, 5 maybe, and then at 6 o'clock there's a show.
First
a
of all,
rock
we
and
need to get
wrestling
these
show.
guys in the show. These guys
What?
need to be in the show, Tom. In the show. Jimmy Hart needs to come out with his loud phone for somebody. And Marty Jannetty should come out and fucking nail somebody with a steel chair. Drink a
Well,
beer
last
and
year
leave.
we had Jake Roberts get involved, Brutus Beefcake.
you
There
go.
were some old-timers that did definitely hit the ring. Bushwhacker Luke, Brooklyn Brawler, as well as the up-and-coming stars at ISPW.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good time. I'm so thrilled to announce that Savage Kingdom Promotions is bringing this event to you, and there's going to be many more events coming this year. See, I can't even divulge into what's going on. First of all, welcome, Jay, to the show. I love the shirt. N64 is the shit. But real quick, I need to let you know, this year, there's shit that I have coming down the pike I can't even talk about anymore because it's classified. It's classified. But the shit that's coming down the pike, man. I mean, Jay, what did you think when you saw this video?
Honestly,
Sure.
hey, you still got it. I swear. I saw the video. I was like, yo, you still got it. You put the bump perfectly. Play again. Rewind it.
That's level one.
And that's not even trying as hard as that. Take a look. Watch it again. Watch it again. That's not even as hard as. He didn't even go full speed. Don't make it go full speed.
No, if I get in there with
Nah,
sneakers,
bro. Honestly, that's what I was saying. You still got it. That's what I was thinking.
if I get in there with sneakers and tights and a shirt, and I told Anthony I'm going to take him in the ring next time we go too. He's taking an elbow drop. We're getting on video, Tom. Anthony, next time, not only are you going to get 2 cheesesteaks, you're going to get to take photos of all your favorite wrestlers. You're gonna get to sit ringside and watch professional wrestling. And not only at this event, Anthony, by the time I'm done with you, you will be filming at WrestleMania. You will be filming at my WrestleManias. You will be filming at some of the greatest cards ever put together because I'm getting in this game. And not only am I getting in the game, I'm going to take the game over. I'm going to write the board. I'm going to book the matches.
That's
I'm
only
going to do everything, Tom. I want all of it, Tom. If you talk to fucking Dave LaGreca ever again, you fucking tell him Savage is coming for everyone's money. I want all of your jobs. And I'm going to say who does what and who goes where. Because only a mind like me can take the business where it needs to go for a good 3-4 years. I don't think I could do 10 years of great work, but I'll give you 4 or 5 years of the best entertainment you've ever seen in your life, because there's no one in this world like me. Sorry, I had to say it.
I gotta give it to you guys. You guys did one hell of a job this weekend. All those videos you guys captured, the photos.
I was all Tom helped
great,
me out.
man.
Anthony helped me
Great
out.
stuff, man.
Lewis helped me out tremendously.
You guys were like so up close. I was like, wow, these guys are just. I'm just watching these guys getting punched right here. I did right here, like right in the face. I was like, wow.
It was a really good weekend, man.
Great view.
The Sean stepped on my freaking wrist last night.
Stepped on your wrist? Which?
I was-
Sean?
Yeah, I was trying to get like all the ring gear,
That had to hurt.
and I'm like putting my camera down trying to grab it, and as I'm
Sean's like
grabbing
Bronson Reed. That's how big he is, like Bronson Reed.
I love the dude, but
Basically, Bronson Reed stepped on your wrist last night. That sucks. I want to talk about this match that's coming up. My boy Alpha Jr. is fighting Homicide, and I will be there in full effect for this match to support my boy. And it's going to be a banger match. Wrestling with Savage is sponsoring Outlaw Wrestling now. And I got to tell you about this event coming up on the 26th, 2023 at the Signature Events Center, which, by the way, you saw all the videos before. I was showing you where they were training. But like Jay said, it was a great weekend. I got a video with Matt Cardona. I got an interview with Matt. I said I was going to get an interview with Matt Cardona. I got an interview with Matt Cardona. Got to hang out with SAT. Got to hang out with, who's those guys from Dragon Gate, man? Soul Vibes?
Natural
awesome.
Natural Vibes. Dude, those guys were so cool. I want to get them on the
Oh,
show. I got
my
to
They
hang
were
out
God.
with them.
they were so over too.
Yeah, man. Just listen. I got to hang out. I was just hanging out next to Matt Cardona, just chilling, because he said this was more important than a little interview. So I understood. I respected him. I waited for him. He had to go over his match, do his thing and all that, Matt is a good guy, though. I got to give a big shout out to Matt. Matt is a really good guy. I love how he genuinely interacts with every single fan that comes up to him, Tom. So just a lot of respect for Matt Cardona and what he does. A lot of people don't, they take it for granted, the fact that he's on the road like 80% of the year, 90% of the year. Just
He
always
said he
working.
was booked. He said he was booked till December.
100%, yeah. Because I told him we'll book him. I want to book him. I'm going to be booking a lot of people. I'm going to be doing a lot of things coming up this year. But Sabu, look at Sabu, man. Look at him. He's going to be at the battlefield. It's going to be sick. I think he has a match with Lucius Crow. But speaking of the battlefield, real quick, before we get into Monday Night Raw, and we will get into Monday Night Raw. I might as well mention Sunday, March 19th. Creative Pro doing Dreamland USA. Tommy Dreamer will be there. So I'm going to have to talk to Tommy about this.
I don't have a clue what he. Phil insane. Oh my goodness. Here we go.
The Nunzio.
Wow.
Nunzio just.
That's insane. And
This
again,
match is over.
the other day,
He'll say he was going to do it, man.
City. Let's be back. Oh! No!
Let's go!
Triple P. Now BPW. He should have cheated. It doesn't always pay off if you can't execute.
Man, look at that.
Oh, boy! It's our boy, Sean! Sean,
boy.
everybody. Oh, look! Tip off the distraction. There, a pump kick variety ripcord. Oh, there's some cornbread. Front of the belly a little bit. That's some cornbread. That's some cornbread. Brandon Scott.
He's tapping him out. Look at his face.
He's tapping him out.
That is up from the Young Rock. Woo, Lucius Crew with a hell of a boot. Right now.
Marcus getting that dog on his feet, though. Another one. He said he has something.
Vinny Mac, shout out to Vinny Mac.
BPW is stepping things up. Where you go if you're Mr. Rudo? What are you doing?
Poor Rudo.
Oh! And a big
First of all, don't eat chocolate.
shooting unless there's four. That's it.
He
Wow,
broke his
did you
arm.
see that splash, guys?
His arm got broke.
I heard he got hurt, yes.
That was insane.
He's a tough guy because I saw him after the night and he was talking to me like he was totally fine.
Yeah.
So, he took it like an absolute champ, man. Couple of shots, nothing crazy. I'm just chilling with Bull James over there in the back. Good times.
Sure.
Shout out to Tantalizing Tony, Code Red, Brett Azar, and of course everyone, all the superstars of Battlefield Pro Wrestling. Hell of a weekend, boys. Can't wait to do it again. Of course, it was fun, man. Next month's going to be even. Only thing I'm pissed off about is I didn't get to see Tyson Kidd. It was
I know.
if we didn't go to the one show, we would have been able to chill with Tyson Kidd from 10 o'clock in the morning. I could have did a whole documentary. Again, come meet Jimmy Hart, Marty Jannetty. Do it. Wrestling Con 4. Raw coming to you from the Grand Rapids, Michigan. Tag team match to kick us off. Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy Uso versus the Street Profits. There it is. The only line I liked was when Montez Ford said the absent chief. Solo and Jimmy go on to defeat the Street Profits. KO comes out, super kick Solo to save Montez from injury and hits the stunner on Jimmy. I don't even. Jay, you got anything on this?
As for the segment, I didn't think we needed it because they announced it on social media a few hours before. So I just thought it was kind of unnecessary, but I'm kind of okay with it. I thought Jimmy kind of performed solid, just for him being solo. And the match is what it is what we always see. I'm always impressed with Dawkins. I don't know about you guys, but it was an okay match. It wasn't that bad.
What's going on, Gianna, man? Vince is back? Yeah, probably Vince is back. I can believe that. Do you guys think Vince is back? Tom, you think Vince is back?
A friend of mine told me that. A friend of mine said to me that he thinks Vince is back and he's making some abrupt changes to the lower card for WrestleMania.
Yo, don't know what Tom's got like a stalker in here or something. Stay tuned. It's coming for you, Tom. Total One Tom merch should be sent over to Second World Country. Jesus Christ. Where can I get a shirt? He wants your shirt. He says Total One Tom has merch.
Well, that's another.
We're gonna
another
make
guy.
him some merch, man. I'll send you a t-shirt.
I don't know who Stay Tuned is. That's funny.
I don't know. You got a fan though. That's a good thing though. We need that. We need more fans in here, man. The loyals. They're being here to watch us talk about Raw. But what did you think about the opening match of the night?
I was a little confused at first because I thought the ring announcer made a mistake because he said, here are the opponents, the Street Profits. And I said to myself, oh, so they are wrestling? I thought it was just like an intrusion, to the segment in the ring. But Jay, you mentioned it. They already announced that on social media, I guess. I didn't see that. So
Yeah.
the match itself was fine. The match itself was fine. It did what it had to do.
Agreed.
Anthony, for you, did it do anything or you don't care? I mean,
No, I'm kind of fed up.
you're fed up? Why are you fed up? Tell us why. I want to know why you're fed up right now, Anthony. Come on, tell me. Why you're pissed? Let it out.
I'm just so sick of fucking Vince McMahon.
Oh, here we go.
He ruined the
Here
whole
we
entire
go.
He's on a rant.
I want to hear it. Go for it. Give me your Vince rant.
60-second rant.
The old fuck needs to get out of the god. He needs to stop. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
F-bombs are out.
Trying over here. I'm trying my hardest.
Yeah, I'm trying to. But
Oh,
Vince
it's hard.
McMahon.
I do it too. I'm bad.
I can't. Like, when Triple H was running it, we were getting decent shows. Not all of them were perfect, but the last 2 weeks were duds. The entire show. Why is the Bloodline on SmackDown? What is their business on SmackDown?
I don't know.
When they're mainly on Raw, not SmackDown. They're SmackDown guys. They're not Raw guys.
Yeah. No, they are SmackDown guys, but I don't care. I'm sick of the brand split. They need to just fucking just have a show, have a company, have a thing, and just do their thing and make content, make good shit. Tom, do you think Vince is back? I think he is back, actually, as far as WrestleMania endings and who's winning and who's losing and all that stuff.
I just want to touch on what Anthony said. The night after elimination, or the night after Royal Rumble, or Elimination Chamber, whatever it was, I said to myself, I can't wait to watch Monday Night Raw to see what happens with Bloodline next.
Yeah, and it was so terrible.
Wait a second, they're not on Raw.
Yeah.
But I was actually glad to see that they did show up because they didn't have to wait a whole week to see what was happening with the Bloodline. So for me, Anthony, I actually kind of enjoyed the fact that they do that.
I mean, if there's a reasoning for it, but where was the reasoning?
There is a reasoning for it, though, because they have the Raw Championship belts at the end of the day.
Okay, but they haven't been on Raw for the last year or two.
Yeah, they've been on Raw like 100 times. What are you talking about? They always come on Raw. It's like every other week they come on Raw.
They weren't on Raw recently. They haven't been on Raw until like a couple
Pretty
weeks
sure
ago.
I saw them on Raw last week. I'm pretty sure I saw them on Raw. And then if they're not there, they play like 15 videos of them. So, I mean, they're on Raw, bro. I don't care what you say.
They're
winning
never
this one,
live.
hey.
They haven't
Not power.
been live in the ring. It's been very rare. Like once they started bringing Roman on, and they were starting to do this whole thing with Sammy and Kevin. That's when you bring them on. Why didn't you just bring Sammy to SmackDown? Kevin to SmackDown. Had Kevin go to SmackDown.
Like I said, I'm not a fan of the brand split. I think the whole thing is just not cool. They should just all be one. It's one company, one show. AEW has two nights. They don't do different brands. What reason? Because it's a TV show, man. Make good shit.
The match sucked.
Who sucks?
The match was the match. There was no reasoning for the fucking match.
All right, I'll
Sorry.
give you that. Yeah, it was yes. I didn't like the match either because there was no story, there was no nothing, there was no
Right.
setup. I mean, who cares about the random Street Profits? And like Jimmy said, they kicked the crap out of the Street Profits for how long now? The Usos basically beat the hell out of the Street Profits like 10 times in a row. I mean, that was like every pay-per-view I remember for a while.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like there's no
Really
logic
annoying.
with Vince. There's
All right,
no
you want to talk about
with
logic?
Vince.
What's the
Yeah.
logic in this, guys? It looks like
None.
this is real now. Is this real? Is this really happening, Jay? Are we getting this fucking match at Mania? He already dropped the F-bomb, so the show's already ruined. So at this point, I'm just...
It looks like this is what
Sorry.
it's doing at WrestleMania. Omos versus Lesnar, guys. I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't know. Somebody pinch me. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you what I want to see come out of it. I think the character Omos has been grossly underutilized, and he's taken a lot of L's in the last year. When you have someone of that size and stature, he shouldn't be losing. So I'm hoping this is their way of turning his character around by scoring a win, a clean win over Lesnar at WrestleMania. And one thing about Lesnar I want to just bring up. Do you guys feel he's the same character now that he's out there talking, on his own?
This guy's a dumpster fire. Stop it, Tom. He needs to be immediately put somewhere else because, like you said,
Who's
you
that?
can't have a giant lose. Omos.
Yeah.
Once you have a giant lose the way he's lost and with the matches he's had, you're never going to look at him the same way again. You only have one shot with a giant to create that mystique, that allure, that power, that attraction that people look at like, damn, man, who's going to stop this guy? And now you don't look at him and think that.
Well, that's why it has to be clean over Lesnar. Center of the ring.
That's not going to do anything. Lesnar's a loser too.
Hopefully it's going to jumpstart.
As much as Lesnar is a winner, he's a loser. You can't beat Roman Reigns. He's a loser. Who cares?
But
I'm wrong. All right, I'm wrong.
wait, but do you know how many times Lesnar's beat the crap out of Roman?
Yeah, same thing. He's a loser and a winner.
Right.
Roman isn't
Right.
a loser. What do you mean he
I'm
beat
not
Roman? When did he beat Roman? Roman's been kicking his ass. What are you talking about? When did he beat Roman?
When Lesnar was with Heyman. Do you not remember all those feuds?
One time, right?
No. Every time Roman and Lesnar faced each other. When he had like that.
Well, not
buzz
during his
cut.
current run.
No, not during his current run.
It's about what
Like-
you did for me lately. Right now, Roman Reigns is the man. Brock is not. As far as the championship goes.
It sucks of what.
Listen, Brock, first of all, it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. He's still going to be looked at as one of the best people in the ring of all time, one of the greatest performers of all time. You could put him in a Mount Rushmore. And anyway, he has a resume that you can't even compare to anybody else in the business. His resume makes everybody else look like a joke. That's a fact. That's not a prediction. That's a fact. Not even a spoiler, man. Jay, I'm wrong on that. You can't compare Brock to anybody, realistically.
I'm gonna say this. Going to Tom. I mean, Omos
Definitely can't compare him to Omos.
Omos had for the past year, think about it, plenty of opportunity to show us what he's about. And every time he does, he fails. His only offensive maneuvers can only be done during the corner turnbuckle where your opponent's at. There's nothing more. He cannot throw a solid punch, and he can't even remotely try to take a bump for his life. It's going nowhere. I can't believe this is announced, but I'm gonna just be a believer and say it's not gonna happen. But I don't even know why Omos is even getting this publicity even in the first place. I wouldn't even give him this, this
Put
publicity.
Savage in the ring. Put Savage in the ring with Lesnar. Savage will kick his ass.
And the thing about
I don't know
Lesnar,
about that, but if they pay me,
I'm gonna say something with Tom too to keep it real. And Tom, I think you are onto something about Brock Lesnar. What he is he's showing his personality more. But I do agree with you. When he came back, he sounded a little more with an accent. And now he has returned and he just sounds completely like Midwest on me. So I don't know. I was getting a Texas vibe, now I'm getting Midwest. So I do agree with you on something.
Exactly. He doesn't sound tough anymore. He needs
This
to keep
does
his
stink
mouth
like
shut.
Vince, though. I will agree with Ravishing Ricky over here that this does stink like Vince McMahon. I don't think Triple H in his right mind would be sitting in a chair one day. Oh, you know what would be a great WrestleMania match? Brock Lesnar and Omos. That sounds like good shit. That sounds like Vince. Doesn't sound like Triple H. Triple H probably went like this when he found that out. So, oh, sure, Vince. That sounds great. Turned around and went like this.
So,
just
God.
rubbing his head. Like, how is this real right now?
But
Have
I'm gonna-
Omos go over. First of all, how many other superstars are there that Omos could go over on where it would make sense? Like, you wouldn't care about that person getting squashed. Why squash Brock if that's the case? You really think?
Squash
Tom
Braun.
said it. Tom, I think thinks Omos is going to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And you know what? If it's Vince doing it, it might.
Well, one of two things is going to happen. You're going to sort of kickstart Omos's run, or you're going to bury him and he's going to be out of the WWE. One of the two things has to happen. What's the sense of having him lose again?
I mean, that's a little harsh if he's on TV, but he should have his little moment, I guess. But he could have a match, but there's so many other people that he could beat up. You know what I mean?
I mean, they could have paired him with Strowman, because Strowman's not really in anything.
Jeez.
Well, he already had a little matchup with Strowman. He actually beat Strowman, right?
I don't
Which is
remember.
kind of like insane, too. Who looks like a more believable monster, Strowman or Omos?
Omos, even though he sucks
Really?
in the ring. I mean,
Strowman's
size-wise, size-wise,
All right,
yeah.
I got an idea. Who cares? I'm done. I wasted too much time on this already. There it is, MVP Brock Lesnar. They're in the MVP lounge. Brock's telling him he's not going to hit him. He's not going to, hurt him. Come inside, have a drink with me. And then, of course, he spits the drink in Brock's face, and then Brock has to F5 him. Look at MVP go, man. Look at him take this bump. That's skill right there. MVP, one of the best in the business, man. Look at this man. He looks like he can still go right now. I love it. I love it. That segment was good. And the fact that Omos didn't come out to the ring, that was great.
Yeah, I
This
agree
was
with
good
that.
shit. All right. Interview time, right? We got an interview. Does anybody care?
No.
Lita says some of her favorite career highlights, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Why do these people, why do these veterans and Hall of Famers get to come back and just shit on other talent right before WrestleMania?
Lack of stars. Lack of
Zoe
stars in
Starks.
the women division.
Zoe Starks.
They said it.
Zoe Starks. Zoe Starks.
Savage, she's not ready for a WrestleMania moment.
Zoe
Let's face it.
Stark.
As
Oh,
much
she
as
would-
we love Zoe Stark,
You are wrong.
she's not ready.
You are wrong. She would
I'm
slay
being
that
serious.
opportunity.
Come on,
She
guys.
would
Back
slay
me up.
that opportunity. You could put her in the ring
No,
with
I
anybody.
agree with you. She's a star.
So-
but it's not that time right now. Not now. Not this WrestleMania.
Zoe
I don't
has
drink beer.
They don't have a star. They don't
Willie
have a
P. I
star.
don't drink beer.
Tell
Zoe.
me who's as over. Who's second over besides Lynch? Who's number 2?
Don't worry, LA Knight's gonna have a
Ooh.
match too. Vince is gonna bury LA Knight too, 100%. There's no way Vince isn't back, man. How do you have LA Knight go from fighting Bray Wyatt to then losing to Kofi Kingston?
Yeah, that was bad.
That's embarrassing, Tom.
That was bad.
You don't tell me you don't see the change in the booking right there. That's not a Triple H booking. He's not gonna take a guy who he just put in a headline match at Royal Rumble that was actually pretty cool looking, got a lot of buzz. People were talking about it, and then he's gonna lose to Kofi Kingston for
There
no
may be
good
some
reason?
truth to Vince's play. And,
100 billion%. I don't care what anybody tells you. Don't be brainwashed by people on Busted Open either. If they tell you Vince isn't back, they don't know what the fuck's going on, because it only takes a text message. He doesn't even have to call. He just sends Triple H a text message, and whatever
He
it
is
says,
not-
Triple H has to do.
He is not allowed to have anything with creative. That's what he was told by lawyers.
Listen, they said it already. He's back in control. They announced it like weeks ago. I don't know why anybody's fucking surprised. And now he wants $9 billion for this company. Because that's how good it is.
I can't do it.
And he's gonna, you know what?
Fucking-
By the time this thing's done, Tom, Vince is gonna end up getting probably like $20 billion for this company. Because after this
I'm
WrestleMania,
losing my
the buzz they're gonna
mind.
create, the money they're gonna make, and all the new ventures they have and ideas they have, and just the movement. You think WWE is gonna just sit around and let everybody else come and get their money? You think WWE is just gonna sit around and let AEW do something that is gonna affect WWE's future? Oh, they're gonna do some next level shit.
But what Vince McMahon is not realizing is now what you're doing again is
They have the money, Saudi. They can just print it. You know, even if Vince says, "Give me $50 billion," they'll be like, "Okay." These people have trillions of dollars.
They got the money to do it.
Trillions of dollars. Vince could probably ask them for $150 billion, Tom, and they might just say, "Fuck it."
If I was Vince, I increase it to 15 billion.
I would say, yo,
15.
give me $100 billion, because yo,
Come on.
listen.
15.
Realistically, nothing else in the world exists like WWE. There's no other company that does what WWE does. First of all, when you're buying WWE, you're also getting their legal team, which, by the way, is one of the best legal teams in the entire world. And they have created the blueprint on how to contract people and how to make money off of them. And they've perfected it over the years. Their legal team can do things to you that you can't even imagine. That's why they never get into trouble and they get out of everything, because they have the best legal team in the world, man. It's worth, man. The legacy, the history, the video library, the TV deals, the toys, the merchandise, everything, the whole shebang. It's priceless. It's actually priceless. That's what $8 billion is. It's priceless. You can't even spend $1 billion, let alone $8 billion. Come on, man. What are you talking about here? We're getting off topic. We're going off the rails tonight. But that's what a talk show should be about, no? Or should it be about this guy? What's Vince going to do with Cody, guys?
He's going to get buried.
The same thing he's always been doing.
You know, I'm looking at him now, and I thought he was going to come back more jacked than this. Looks kind of small there next to that WrestleMania sign. I think Gable really hit his head on this, guys.
I'm still going with Roman. You can place your bets. I'm still going with Roman.
I'm not placing bets. I don't have that kind of money.
I'm placing bets on the fact that the house always wins. The house always wins.
Honestly, I'm going to be honest. You got to, you need what WWE, what the shit brick needs to do.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, Anthony. What's a bigger match? WrestleMania 39, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, or WrestleMania 40? Roman Reigns still reigning, undefeated, undisputed, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
versus The Rock.
What I was going to say
at WrestleMania 40.
What I was going to say was this. What you need to do is what Vince and Triple H and creative need to do is let Cody and Roman go out there and just do their thing. Don't produce their match. No, because that's
the way this works. You have a job. You want to work for a company, right? You want to take pictures for the company. Guess what? You're going to do what they tell you to do when you do it, and you do it. That's it. It's a job. Get this fantasy shit out of your head.
No. What I'm saying is...
I'm fucking with him nasty tonight.
Yeah, please stop. Because I'm pissed off enough with this show. You need to let those two guys go out there and just do their thing. I don't want to, they obviously they know the finish, but you can't produce their match.
No, they're not gonna produce their match. They're just calling an outcome, dude. They're not talking about that. Obviously, they're gonna produce their own match. But Vince might throw some spots in there, maybe.
Yeah, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's a Vince spot."
If you see Cody come out to the ring and there's some crazy weird shit showing, like Dash and Cody, and then Stardust, and then the bag over the head. Imagine he has all these different characters come out, and then Cody comes out and just throws them all away. They all fall down like trash. Cody comes through with all the pyro. Maybe the pyro burns them all alive.
But the finish,
Not a pyro.
but the finish, I would rather Cody.
Of course you would. Well, there's Cody again. He's with Otis. They're going to have a match. Cody actually had a decent match with Gable, but I think Gable really hit his head. Gable had a moonsault that looked nice. Cody Rhodes wouldn't stay down, though. We get chops in the corner. Rhodes turns him around, throws his own. They were going back and forth. Cody Rhodes hits the suicide dive. End of the day, Cody Rhodes wins. And,
Of course.
Crossroads. Does what he does.
Is it?
It's a good
Do
match,
you kind of see? Do you kind of see like a slow betrayal with Otis and Gable?
Yeah, 100%. Gable needs to go singles. Yeah.
I like what Stay Tuned just said.
So you give him another single.
Anthony versus Savage, book it.
Next month, Battlefield. Yo, Jay, you're gonna come to the Battlefield next month? We need a referee, Jay. And Jay, yo, when are you gonna come? You saw the ring. I got access right now, Jay. Listen, are you taking the power bomb, Jay? You taking the leg drop?
Listen, I've never taken a bump in my life. You want me to take a bomb?
All right, you don't have to take a bump. Just lay down and let me elbow drop you. Is that okay?
Jesus.
You know I can elbow drop you without hurting you, right? Am I lying?
Your elbows are like Zeus. I'll be dead in a heartbeat, man. I'll go straight through the ring.
If I really elbow drop you,
Anthony
yeah,
versus
yeah.
Savage. No, listen, Savage would beat my ass. I'd be done in like 2 seconds. Let's not.
I wouldn't even hit you, Anthony. I mean, you'd have to probably stab me to get me to hit you. I might chop you though. All right, so Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. Apparently, are we gonna have a live interaction, Tom, or are they just teasing it again? Like he'll show up, but they won't really meet.
No, I mean, according to Paul Heyman, there's going to be a confrontation, or they're going to meet.
Okay, they're gonna meet. Corbin, you guys were excited about Corbin's interview tonight. I was hyped to hear what he had to say. Right? No.
I like the direction they're going with him, just shitting on him week after week.
They just cut off his interview, say, "Yeah, Kevin's over here later." Kevin.
Hey, Savage, one thing I want to make mention of, because one of the listeners mentioned it before, stay tuned. Chad Gable is phenomenal, by the way. I mean, you said he hit his head on that move. I thought he did some fantastic bumps tonight, and he is extremely underrated.
If he didn't hit his head on that, then he's like the best bumper in the world.
Dude, if he didn't hit his head big time, he is like the best bumper out there. He's awesome.
He's incredible. I've loved Gable for a long time. I said it, pound for pound, he's probably the best wrestler in that locker room right now. Like actual legitimate wrestler right now. He's nasty.
And one last thing, how does Otis hook up with like the two hottest women ever in wrestling, with Mandy Rose and now this Renee? What's her name? Renee Dupree.
Yeah, Renee Dupree.
Lucky
Are they
guy.
still saying it like that now? Dupree.
Lucky guy.
What was that about too? The whole Dupree. Because you know that wasn't
bad creative.
They told him that. Oh, do this.
In the words of Chris Jericho, that was an idea from bad creative.
Does anybody remember if last week if Kevin Owens was the same person that they interrupted to interview with Corbin, or was it someone else? Because I know they did it to him last week too. But
that was Cody.
That was Cody. That's right.
With
Yeah, and
Corbin
match. So now it's Kevin. So this is a trend now. Who's next? Because the next person's probably going to be his WrestleMania match. We know Corbin's going to get a WrestleMania match. He's on TV. He's going to get his match. Who are we putting Corbin with at WrestleMania? Tom, I'll go to
Byron
you first.
Saxton.
Byron?
With only 4 weeks to go, I don't think it's WrestleMania for Corbin. I think,
wow.
Next
You know
week.
what? No. He'll have a WrestleMania moment, but it won't be a WrestleMania match. You're right. He'll probably come on at WrestleMania and interrupt something. Be like, I can't believe you even attempt to have WrestleMania without me.
That'll work.
Aren't they doing that Andre the Giant Battle Royal?
I don't know anymore.
Again, they'll probably stick him in that because he's useless.
He won that thing, didn't he?
He won the first one.
He won the first one ever. He's a beast, bro. Corbin is. I don't care what anybody says. This guy, if Roman Reigns doesn't win, if he doesn't maintain his title this year, I'm calling that Corbin will have a title within a year and a half. Damn, Kevin Owens. All right, we see Judgment Day a little bit. Look at Dom right there. Look at that expression. Look at those facials. Dom is improving. He is turning into a genuine piece of crap that everybody wants to hate.
I love it.
He's doing a really good job. Anybody have something to say about the Judgment Day and just their progression on Monday Night Raw? Rhea Ripley, obviously, to me, when I look at this, that's why she's in the middle. She's the star of this whole story.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I mean, her and Dominic are carrying their segments. I think.
I promise you, Dave, I bet your money Cody will walk out new champion.
Like actual legitimate wrestler.
Just him in the back.
He's nasty.
And
one last thing, how does
before their match, Miz and Harder, who was also.
All right, Mick, you trolled me, Mick. Mick, if you're going to send me a message, make sure you mute the show so we can hear just you, Mick Thomason. That was Mick trying to tell Jay that Cody's definitely winning at WrestleMania, and he'll bet him anything.
He's not. Sorry.
But you know what? But I was saying this to Savage last night, going to that for a minute. This is, I feel like, the first time that Roman's in the storyline to where it's like you have no idea what's going to happen with his match.
I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not too interested.
This was a very strong segment by all of them, but I think you guys are missing the bigger picture. Yeah, I think you guys are missing Damian Priest. Damian Priest has so much confidence in him that he is just a star out of this, and I think he's just not seen so much. But he definitely brung it out there tonight, especially Balor with the checkers and chess set. That was just beautiful right there. And you know what? I believe it.
Well, I got nothing to say but good things about Damian Priest ever since his change into the Judgment Day. His character progression has been perfect. He's believable. He looks like a legitimate ass kicker. He's already a former United States champion. And he has the look. He has the size.
When he was US champion, he never had this confidence as he has now. You're
100% right, but that's because you're working with Finn Balor, you're working with Rhea Ripley, you were working with Edge, for Christ's sakes. He's going to rub off on you a little bit. It has to, and it did. Damian's a stud. He'll be fine. He's going to have a great career. But right now, it's all about Rhea Ripley and probably Dom and Rey Mysterio, right? Do you think we get Finn Balor and Edge at Mania? Is that still possible?
I'm saying Hell in a Cell, Edge and Balor.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep it moving. Here's that segment. Apparently, Tom is very upset that this guy Otis getting all the chicks in the WWE universe. Okay. We see, Mansoor. Yeah.
Mansoor.
Or Masse.
It's Mansoor.
Right?
It's Mansoor.
Did they change it again? What are their names now, Tom? Do you even know? Is it Mansoor, Masse?
Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber. Done. There you go.
Come on, Tom. Trivia time. Do you even know their names?
No. Rene Dupree. Or Dupree.
Dupree.
It's Mansoor.
I like that better.
Rene
Dupree.
I don't know the other guy. Trick Williams.
Mansoor and Masse. That's it. Mansoor and Masse. 100%. That's what it is. That's my final answer.
There we go.
All right. Asuka and Carmella is going to be some action going on. I wasn't really hyped about that whole segment. I'm not even going to talk about it because it was terrible. And this guy doesn't even know their names. So what's the point? Asuka versus Carmella, just as terrible. All right. I'll show you the good part of the match. Bianca comes out. And that's it. That match, I didn't give a crap about. But out of respect for the business, I will ask the boys here, starting with Jay, what did you think of that match?
We got to talk about it because everybody
Apparently
was
we do.
oh, Asuka, yes, Asuka, she should deserve it. It makes sense at WrestleMania. And this match absolutely did nothing for the crowd. It did nothing for me. It did nothing for you guys. Exactly. It was just here to make Asuka look strong like we all figured. But let's face it, this match is uninteresting throughout the whole card that we have noticed right now. I'm not
100% agree. What they should have done was they should have had Asuka squash her.
How impressive was Carmella over Asuka tonight? How about that?
I don't even know. I didn't care enough to watch.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't pull the trigger.
I didn't care. When I saw even the match, I'm like, what's the point? Asuka's going to Mania. This means nothing storyline-wise.
It did its
purpose. It's an irrelevant match. Means nothing.
But when these girls are face to face, it's just nothing there. There's nothing there.
Bad
there.
They should have had Ripley choose Bianca because that
All right,
would have
what's
been
going
a better
on here?
What?
Not that, not you. Did Candice LeRae really win this match?
Yep.
Yep.
So you're putting Piper over for weeks and weeks and weeks, making her look great. This is a Vince move. Like,
Yeah.
you can't tell me Vince isn't back. Candice is just gonna beat. Isn't Candice like a loser since she's come back?
It won't be long until her name goes back to Duo
I'm
Job.
wrong.
Duo Job.
By the way, no offense to any of the talent working on Monday Night Raw. It's not your fault that your character's a loser. You in real life are not a loser. You are a winner and making a lot of money, and I'm proud of you. But your character on TV has been booked like a loser.
Let's face it, Savage. I've been telling you since day one, Candice LeRae is a better heel than a babyface, okay? And the way they booked her tonight, first of all, short effing match. And what the hell? What did it? And do you hear the crowd? Guess what?
Dead.
Crickets. But that's every week. That's been every week.
Very bad. Very bad.
The only good news I saw tonight is that next week we're going to get maybe a good wrestling match. I am hyped.
God.
I am hyped to see Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano, and I hope they aren't like cut off at the, let's just say the testicles.
That match is going to go 5 minutes.
The balls.
Vince is going to give them 5 minutes. I guarantee it.
Tom, wouldn't you be upset if that match starts off and it's like one of the best matches you've ever seen in your life, and then just like Damien comes out and just like clobbers Gargano and it's over? DQ.
It's probably going to be a DQ.
I mean, if they're setting up for a rematch at WrestleMania,
What happened to having classic matches on Monday Night Raw, Tom?
main event. I don't mind the main event being a classic match, but when you see one classic match after another, there's no such thing as a classic match, then, right?
How about this? How
How
about
about
this?
once a show? What's so bad about once a show?
Right.
I can sit here and tell you about a lot of classic matches from Raw back in the day.
Hold on, Savage. How about this? Gargano and Balor, right? Look at that match. You guys talk about Vince this, Vince that. This is a Triple H booking, guys.
Probably.
These are two of his favorite people right here in NXT. And they had matches in NXT, plus they headlined the paper.
Vince probably
This
looked
is
at
a
the
Triple
card
H
and
booking.
said, Piper Niven's fat.
This is a
She's
Triple H.
losing. Probably
Yeah.
gonna, if
I'm
you
just
see
saying,
Bronson
he's
Reed
still up.
lose next week, you know Vince is back. Bronson takes a loss right
This
now,
is a
right?
Triple H booking. Triple H still got power, guys. This is
Obviously. Tomorrow night, NXT. The real hottest show in professional
It'll be a
wrestling on
crazy
mainstream TV. Most of the weeks, it's better than Raw. Most of the weeks, it's better than AEW.
It's gonna be
And
Tuesday
SmackDown.
night, tomorrow night.
If you're invested in the storylines. If you're watching it for the first time, it's probably going to be a tough watch because you don't know anybody. But if you get through that phase and then you start to know everybody, you get to know the Grayson Wallers, you get to know the Braun Breakers, the Zoe Starks, the Gigi Dolans, the JC Janes, the Carmelo Hayes, the Wesleys, the Dijaks, the Tony D'Angelos of NXT. You will love NXT. And if you don't, then something's wrong with you. You know what I don't like, man? I don't like Miz TV anymore, man. Because Miz TV has, I don't know. You know what's better than Miz TV? Seth Rollins on TV, baby. Seth Rollins getting in the ring, looking like $10 billion himself. And this is why the WWE should be worth $150 billion. Because this guy is money. Money. You can make a lot of money off Seth Rollins over the next 50 years of his life. And he makes a little phone call, takes Miz's phone calls. Logan thinks it's the Miz. Seth breaks the news. Seth hits a curb stomp on the Miz. It's good shit. Probably the best part of Monday Night Raw tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to agree on that one.
But that's because it's Seth.
Of course.
Tom, for you, was this the best part of the night? I'm just going to guess that it was, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you enjoyed the segment with Brock Lesnar and MVP.
No, I didn't really like this segment or the Brock Lesnar one.
I just like the ending, Seth. The ending of it.
I mean, I do like that they announced that The Miz is going to be hosting WrestleMania. I mean, if they're not going to give him a match, he's the best, mouthpiece to do that. So I'm happy with that. But they're burying Miz lately. I mean, they're really burying him.
Lately?
Vince.
Yeah.
I said lately.
Vince loves Miz. So, I mean, I know it's not
They're
Vince.
not burying him, man. Miz is Miz. Miz is always going to come out of nowhere and have his moments.
You know, I guess
Miz-
that's true about him too. He can get buried but still come out smelling good.
The
Yeah.
guy beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania. That's like a tough statement. You know, so it doesn't really matter. Multiple Grand Slam champion, tag team champion.
But he
And
doesn't
the
have
bottom
a
line is
program.
this. He doesn't care about being the champion, because if he was the champion, he probably wouldn't be able to go do Miz and Mrs. and this commercial and that commercial and this movie and this show and this. The Miz is their everything, man. Miz probably works harder in the WWE than anybody else in that roster.
And he almost won that Celebrity All-Star game with that 4-point shot.
Yeah, he did. Maniac. I love the Miz. I have a lot of respect for the Miz. What are you talking about? Oh, no, he did not. Yeah, he did beat John Cena, Mick. Deal with it. You crazy? What WrestleMania was it? 27, right?
I think so.
Right, Jay?
Believe
You don't
so.
know? Anyway, Mick, deal with it, all right? Miz was the champion. John tried to beat him. Not only did Miz beat John Cena, he defended his title. That's a bigger statement than just, I beat John Cena for the title. Yeah, he was already the champion. So, like, years from now, when the generations are talking, they look at it as like, wow, Miz must have been good if he was already the champion when he fought John Cena.
But what's sad, though, is that it's like, I feel like he's not over like he used to be.
Yes, he is. His fans are his fans. Now, getting new fans, yes, you're right. But the Miz has the
That's
same
what I'm
amount of
saying.
fans today that he did 10 years ago. Trust me on that.
Yeah.
All right, you know what's sad? This is sad. This storyline is sad. And what's about to
Faction is
happen?
bad.
What's about to happen in a little bit tonight in the main event? It's even more sad. This is not sad. That's the United States champion. That's Theory right there. Looking like a stud. Calling out John Cena next week. He says John Cena better give him some respect. Genuinely, is anybody here
Wait a minute.
excited about this matchup?
Yeah.
Wasn't he supposed to be on Raw tonight?
No.
Cena?
Well, no, next week. Next week. They advertised it for March 7th, Anthony. Again, you're having flashbacks. You need to get some fucking sleep, take some medication, and calm the fuck down. Jay, are you hyped for this match? For Mania?
I told you guys, the Elimination Chamber was a test for Theory. He passed. He passed the test with Edge right there in Toronto. Boom, Monday Night Raw. This guy's the perfect guy. Hustle, loyalty, respect. I loved it. Every part he meant it. I believe it. This match is going to tear the house down, and I think it might be the most underrated.
I believed everything he said as well tonight, too. But you want to know what the match of the night was? Match of the night right here, man. You want Tom? You said Burial before, right there. Barry and the Miz. Tom,
I have-
Barry and Elias.
Look, I have no problem with squash matches on Raw. I mean, I really don't.
Give it to me, Tom.
I
Go
mean,
for it. I didn't even
I mean,
realize
I don't
you
have
got
a
your
lot to
banner
say
on.
about it,
The
except
Total
that I
on Tom
agree-
chapter.
I don't have a ton to say about it because it just did what it had to do. It had to further the storyline of Lashley being a monster. I mean, there's no issues with squash matches. I'd love to bring them back. You know, have more matches that way instead of having these 25-minute matches every,
I
week.
think you're talking about AEW.
Well, even WWE does that too. But yeah, AEW to the nth degree. You're right.
25 minute. When was the last time you seen a 25-minute match on Raw?
I could have swore every time Rollins wrestles. Sometimes there are even matches that are
under 20. Always.
And I have to be honest with you. A lot of times I'm fast forwarding through those long matches too because they just take too long.
Yeah. Well, with the combination of the commercials, sometimes it can feel that way. That's the problem when you have to skip through those commercials and it's like never ending. But yeah, at least let them have a matchup a little bit. Like, 1 week you have him looking great against somebody and it looks like he has a shot to win the match. And he still loses, but he looked good. What's the point of this? What's the point? And then we get this.
What the hell, man?
We can't think of anything original, so we just go back to the firefight. We're done with your character too. I don't know. I'm not saying they gave up on it, but like the fact that instead of coming up with something original for the Wyatt 6 or taking advantage of this new opportunity they created with these characters, Uncle Howdy and this and that. We're just going back to this. Maybe it's mind games. Maybe it's just all mind games, because at the end, it's a little funny. I giggled a little bit, but that's about it.
This match makes no sense, guys. They're both faces.
I'm there with you, Jay.
Thank you.
I'm there with you.
I mean, it does end with the fire, like, you see the symbol right there. It ends with that. So I mean, maybe there's a chance that they're still gonna go with that, but I don't know.
But where does it make any? You have
it makes no sense.
It's like this. This is something that should have started brewing a while ago. But how are you going to make a build for a WrestleMania in 5 weeks with Lashley and Wyatt for me to give a shit about it?
The star power in their minds.
So yeah,
this is the inner workings of a 77-year-old man who is obviously lost his damn mind. If he thinks that Brock Lesnar versus Omos should be a thing, he's out of his mind. If he thinks that Bray Wyatt versus Bobby Lashley should be a thing, this is insane. This is insane booking. I mean, this is like next level shit, like dementia booking. And I love you, Vince, but
I'm getting dementia watching this shit.
All right, whatever. This girl's back on. There you go, Chelsea Green.
Oh god,
the better half of Matt Cardona.
I thought that was
pissing off Adam Pearce again, but guess what? They're not alone, because of course Carmella is money, and she's got to make her presence known. Adam Pearce looks like he's having the time of his life. Actually, he's working with these two. But what do you guys think about all this? Is this leading to a match between them two at Mania?
I think it's going to be a tag team between them. I think I said it last week. They've just been booking it this way, where those two whiny bitches are just going to. Remember, we came up with the name for the tag team. We said whiny bitches.
Whiny bitches, yeah.
Perfect.
Love it.
Says the chapter's coming to an end soon, Tom.
That's awesome.
I don't know what's going on.
You're not getting heat. You're not doing it right.
It's true. That's true. Ah, man. All right. I guess we'll go back to Raw, right? What else we got over here? Oh, okay. We have Otis having a matchup. Good times over here. Dexter Lumis is going to get involved. Dexter's back, guys. There he is. He's back. Again, another, useless match, useless segment with no real understanding of why these characters are all put together. Why are Maximum Male Models even still a thing without LA Knight? Otis now obviously in love, losing his mind. And then Dexter Lumis, who likes to just come out of the crowd and choke people. This is what we do. I mean, I'm
just going to say, I don't like the direction with Otis because we've seen it before with the Mandy Rose thing. So I just feel like it's the same thing. Just,
Yeah, but you know what? But that was that kind of was a cool storyline to watch. I kind of enjoyed that storyline a little bit. It wasn't huge. It wasn't like a huge oh my god, but it was like I enjoyed that storyline a little bit. This is just like what the fuck? What the hell?
Differently, and the other thing about this match, this was another short match too, and this is supposed to be the guy fighting Finn Balor. I mean. I don't know.
Nah, they don't get the reps in WWE on the main shows, but house shows, they work a lot. They do a lot of house shows, so he's again his reps. Don't worry about that kind of stuff. Anyway, we'll move on to Paul Heyman, who's going to come out next, have an interview. Paul Heyman doing Paul Heyman things. They're asking him about the interview. He doesn't really care. He seems like he doesn't look like he has a care in the world.
Yeah, just like how I didn't.
Okay.
It was just because. I just feel it was just another interview to where he just shit all over Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Sounds like a Vince promo. John Cena returns to Monday Night Raw next week, Boston, Massachusetts. So Theory will be confronting John Cena in his hometown. We have the face-off next week to look forward to. Seth freaking Rollins and Logan Paul. This should actually be fun to watch because I think they're actually going to have a phenomenal match at WrestleMania. Hopefully they get a little better storytelling wise. I mean, I feel like this is one of those situations where the match is going to be better than the story.
But this is actually. Sorry.
What's up?
No, what I was going
I give it the 10 o'clock slot. I would do it at 10.
10 o'clock. On night 1 or 2?
No, I'm saying when they go Raw next week.
Oh, next week
at 10 p.m. because I think I'll get the ratings just right up.
You know what I would do? I would book a match. Like, no, I'd have them kick off Raw. They get into a brawl. They say they're going to have a match tonight. Screw WrestleMania.
You gotta kick it. You gotta
Screw
kick it
WrestleMania.
You gotta kick it off with Cena. It's its hometown.
Probably right. Why would they want to tell a good story? Why would they want to tell a good story? Because you get his brother involved. His brother comes out there and says, "No, Logan, don't do it." All right, his brother's a loser right now, right? He's hiding. He's in hiding.
His brother sucks.
Why? Because he took his first loss?
No, I don't.
It was probably fixed so everybody could get off his ass that he fixes his fights. Yeah, look, I lost. He's gonna win his next 22.
You know what? Honestly, I think I'm gonna go because I'm like shot and I'm just acting like an idiot right now.
Nah, you're good, man. Anyway, next week you're gonna get Johnny Gargano versus Finn Balor, Bianca versus Carmella. But now we're here, Anthony. We're here. We're at the end of the night, man, and
thank God.
we just hit the hour mark. There's not much to talk about here. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about old legends coming back and winning WWE championships on Monday Night Raw. Why? So they can lose it to Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania? What was the point of this? Does anybody have anything to say about this main event? Shit show.
Oh, man.
Ass kissing competition.
Who wants to go? Tom, you want to go first?
All right, so I thought it was a bad optic in the very beginning when Becky Lynch came down to ringside and that boy had his autograph book out there for her and he put it out there with his pen and she kind of like grabbed it and then like just like wrote an X on it or something and then the kid was pissed and he wanted her to like do more and it was a bad optic, I thought, right off the bat for Becky being a face at least. And then Lita comes out and I'm going to throw it back to you guys because I'd like to know if you guys know the reason why Trish Stratus wasn't involved last week, because I heard there were some creative differences with her role, and then now she decides all of a sudden to show up this week.
Jay, you know anything about that?
I just think basically the direction that she had envisioned wasn't just going to go right, or perhaps maybe there was time frame. I really cannot say for Trish Stratus, but I mean, for her to come out tonight was the perfect spot. It made sense of why they did the title switch. But personally, this is what I've been saying earlier in the show. And Anthony agreed, and I'm sure you guys could agree again. It's a lack of star power in the women's division. They don't have it. I asked you guys earlier who's the number 2 besides Becky Lynch being the number 1. And you guys can't even name, or maybe you can't even think of nothing, because I sure can't. And this is why we got Lita on board. Now she got her goal, I guess. I'm a tag team champion. Now I'm going to WrestleMania. Is Trish going to do something with Bayley at WrestleMania? I would love to see. Who knows? We'll find out.
This is obviously just to get the titles off of Damage Control so they can dissolve.
Well, that makes sense.
Bayley's going to have a refresh. That's probably the one good that will come from this. Dakota goes her way, Sky goes her way, and then
it's just, I don't know what Lita can do, because let's face it, guys, Becky Lynch sold most of this match, period. In the second half of this match, after commercial, she basically took over everything. All the
Nick, just because we love people doesn't mean they need to keep coming back like all the time and winning titles. I love a lot of people, but I don't want to see them come back and win a title. I love Hulk Hogan. Should he come back and win a title? No. I love half these guys up there, man. They're going to come back and just start winning titles? For what reason? There's new wrestlers. Mick Thomason, sometimes the right move is giving people opportunities, and that's what Raw lacks. They don't give many people opportunities to have creative freedom. They don't give many people opportunities to have a microphone in their hand and say what they actually feel, to let stories organically grow, generate heat in the back, and then build real intensity, real matches, real passion, real fire. Raw lacks real passion, Tom. I don't know if you agree with that statement, but I do.
Who lacks passion?
Raw.
Oh.
Raw lacks real wrestling passion, man. A lot of these poor athletes have to come out and do what they're told. They don't get the creative freedom to really let their character flourish the way they feel they should. You know, maybe not necessarily with the outcomes of the matches, but the representation, the words that are used, the spots they use. You know what I mean?
I think that goes for everything as far as wrestling goes nowadays. There's no more, wrestlers cutting their own
That's not true.
promos.
There's MJF.
I don't know.
But
He's the one guy who stood up and said, listen, I can't do this unless it's my way.
Well, the thing with MJF is that he does it outside of wrestling where no one else does. So he's living the character. He's like doing how they did it in the old school days. He'll do it. He'll be that same character at a meet and greet. Most of the time
absolutely.
you go to a meet and greet, they change. Damian Sandow was the only other guy I remember who was in character, for character signings. That's why MJF is so successful.
Well, when I was a kid, Undertaker would definitely, like, back in the day when you were a kid, all those guys at the signings would be, like, in character. It'd be rare that you wouldn't see them in character. Like in the 80s, early 90s, then it changed a little bit.
Well, yeah, because also there was, but also at that same point, there wasn't a such thing as, like, social media.
Right.
No, I agree, Mick. They could bring back the Hall of Famers for segments and interviews and, like, maybe managers, stuff like that once in a while. But not to win titles, Jay. Not to win titles.
Not at all.
No.
Unless it's Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mick. If you tell me Stone Cold or The Rock, they're going to come back, win a title, something like that. Triple H. Triple H comes out of retirement. Could you imagine? I'll be the first one in line to be like, yes. Yes, because that's my dude. I wanted him to be a 17th.
I don't think Lita's selling, man. I don't think she's going to be lucky.
She can't go the way she used to. You could see it tonight, man. Her
Yeah. movement
was slow. She wasn't getting the job done. Everything looked choppy. She's not moving like Bailey's moving. She's not moving like Dakota or Io Sky's moving. Io Sky and Dakota, they're wrestling on a whole different level right now compared to what Lita's doing. Lita's basically doing what I would try to do if I was wrestling right now.
And Becky was in it for
just try to
90% of the
survive.
match.
Yeah.
They don't have a number 2, man. That's the thing. There's no number 2.
Like, what happens with Becky Lynch now? Like, she's really going to fight Ronda. Like, think about it. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Becky Lynch and Lita with Trish Stratus probably ringside.
Makes sense.
I know what they're going to do. Trish is going to cost them the match, and then they're going to have a feud at SummerSlam, maybe Trish versus Lita. And I've heard, Tom, that Lita wants a run. She wants a world championship run.
Is that right?
Yeah. She thinks she can have one more run.
They should just have her take the title off of Charlotte.
You would say something that ridiculous. That's ludicrous, ridiculous. You are senile at this point. You're how old? 36? With the mind of a 98-year-old, man. It's obviously clear that, you're not right in the head if you want to take the title off.
Okay, but
put it on Lita.
But wait a minute. You have a problem with Becky, with anyone taking the title off of Charlotte, but Rhea Ripley's going to be the one taking the title off of Charlotte, and you're okay with that.
100%. Rhea Ripley's earned it. She's the winner of the Royal Rumble and the hottest female wrestler in 2022. Is Lita the hottest wrestler in 2022? No.
Okay, I got it.
Maybe 2002. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got it. How do you cover workers that are not great? Have a triple threat.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Add damage control to it, so you can cover Rousey.
Yep.
That actually makes sense too, because then they can carry the load of the work during the match, and then Lita and
just chill back.
Agreed. Yep.
Okay.
Time killer.
That is a time killer. Real quick, did you guys? I'm just gonna ask. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see my interview with Casey Navarro?
Yes, I did.
You guys mind if I play it for these fine folks over here?
One of the hottest wrestlers in the world today, Casey Navarro, who absolutely burned down the house tonight. That's so much so that the fire department had to be called. So, Casey, you're the champ over here holding that title strong. What's in the future for 2023? Tell me about the year that you have planned for professional wrestling.
I mean, man, look at me right now. Right now, first off, I'm the truly blessed Warrior World Champion. And right now I've been defending against everybody. The top guys everywhere, even in other countries. Just got back from Australia. And then I came to Warrior Wrestling and I beat Brian Cage. And now I'm here, doing my thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep taking this title all around the world. I'm going to beat the best all around the world, just like how I beat Will Ospreay, just how I beat Buddy Murphy, Matthews, whatever the hell his name is today. I'm just going to keep blessing the world, man. Because, look at me. First off, I'm blessed up from the feet to the neck up. Look at me right here. Look at these Timbs. Can't find them anywhere. Come up. Look at my belt. Louis Vuitton. Couldn't afford it. Look at this. Young LA. Because, Los Angeles, let me tell you. Gucci. You couldn't afford this. Even if you tried. And then, my GLD chains. And then this is something you'll never have. My Truly Blessed Warrior World Championship. You don't have to tell me. I know.
And you heard it here live on Wrestling with Savage. The Truly Blessed one here going to have a huge 2023. Stick around and we'll watch it flourish. Yeah, that was actually a really cool interview. He's a really cool dude. And real quick, I'm just going to show you something. We're going to end the show here in a couple of minutes. It won't take too long, but I definitely want to show you this. Where the hell is it? There we go.
Where in Jersey's from? I know he's Jersey.
Please join me in welcoming the founder of Battlefield Pro Wrestling. Give it up for Alpha Jr.
Ooh. That's Big Sean, who, by the way, stepped on Anthony's wrist.
Yeah, that's the dude that stepped on my wrist.
Battlefield!
Pretty hard.
Back in our first show in November, Project Lazarus, I came out here and I made an announcement to all of you that we were taking over the Poconos, that we're taking over Pennsylvania. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to announce that we're going to take over the wrestling world. As Battlefield Pro Wrestling has just agreed to terms for a 2-year contract with Premier Streaming Network. So our next event right here next month, March 26th, featuring Sabu, will be live on pay-per-view.
Yeah. Wow. Y'all know about that. Get that pay-per-view money.
We did it. We're growing.
So, yeah, man, that's breaking news right there.
Savage, you have any clips from the matches of last night?
I played it at the beginning of the show. Weren't you paying attention?
No, I'm talking about with the commentary on it.
I could probably get it. I don't know why you want to hear something. Let's see. I guess we could try. Let's see.
I have a question.
Sure.
Battlefield Wrestling, is that the same company that ran at 2300 a month ago or two? Remember that for that ECW show?
No.
What were they calling themselves? Battle something?
Battleground.
Okay.
Brazil, get on your feet for Gigi.
Let's see.
Our opening count.
Nunzio here.
I agree with you on that.
From New York City. Absolute legend. You know, this guy was actually the WWE.
Let's start off in the beginning. Hold on. Let's let our boy come out.
This is a singles match, and it is set for one fall. Introducing first.
It's my honor to present to you an ECW legend.
Who's coming out
first? That music is there.
It's chill, trust me.
You couldn't hear me good in this. There was like an issue with the mic, I think, in the beginning of the night. Either that or I didn't have it close enough to my mouth. Let me put the main event. I think the main event was
He
our
had
best
such
work.
a problem with mic volume.
No, I think I just fucked up on that first match.
No,
let's see the difference.
Immediately.
No, see.
Jacob Fatu, when he throws a shoulder, typically his opponent goes crumbling to the canvas.
Actually, why don't I put on a match that you guys would actually fucking like? Hold on.
Oh! I mean, that looked
This
like
was a great
money.
match.
Yeah, confidence oozing from the skin of Encore more, but Casey Navarro again answers back. In the seesaw pendulum swings, no man can get the upper hand.
Someone's going to get the upper hand, but it's going to who's going to be the one that's not weak and
Oh,
takes
look
advantage.
at
Look at
Encore.
this.
Unbelievable
What a-
show of strength from Encore, hanging on to Navarro.
What a blood right into his head.
He caught the man in midair and
He's
now-
squatting him.
Wow. Absolutely.
Oh!
Spectacular stuff from the last entertainer. Is it enough? Hook of the leg. Not yet, just two. Wow.
Sensation.
Highlight
Sensational
reel
wrestling.
material, boys. You're getting it right now.
The strength.
I'm so honored to even be here, Sean, to be able to watch this kind of action, man. I mean, unbelievable. And it's usually, I'm not always honored.
Yeah, you should be in this case. Encore more, light it up. Listen to the BPW faithful come unglued.
This is awesome, though. You can't deny it. Even I can't argue the fact that this is awesome.
And you only get this kind of action at BPW.
Encore's got a big opportunity right now, jacketing up Casey Navarro. Ripcord up.
Oh, reversal
look
by
at this.
KC. Could that be it?
No, just two. Man, I can't believe Casey Navarro pulled a reversal out of nowhere. And a DDT! Planting Encore in the canvas.
Absolutely vicious DDT going hard, head first, going to the top rope. What are we going to see right now,
High
Sean?
Rent District. Let's see what Casey Navarro's got up his sleeves. Beautiful splash right on the money. No! Encore got a shoulder up.
You can see the resilience.
And you know, at this point, Casey Navarro's got to be thinking, what can I do to put Encore away? What do I have to do to finish this match?
Yeah,
He's going to have to get up and get it done.
The emotion you described right there, Reggie Banner is right on Casey Navarro's face. It's written across it and something you can't avoid. Navarro is at his edge right now. Let's see what he's got.
See, guys, I'm a hell of a swimmer. Right now, you guys probably wouldn't know about the deep waters, and that's where these gentlemen are. They're in the deep waters, and whoever is going to be able to keep swimming longer and harder, only one of them is going to survive.
Encore! Wow. Michinoku driver. Not enough. And once again, the seesaw pendulum, this has been nuts.
This is back and forth action.
Everything that Encore more does, Casey Navarro has accounted for. And I'll tell you what, there's been an escalation in the impact on these moves as this contest has gone along. How much could either man have left?
These guys can go, trust me. We're not even done yet.
You know, you really need to think, like, one of them has to think deep. I'm thinking one more move one of these guys needed, you know, to end it.
Pro wrestling, it's always about that one big move. Who's going to get the one big boot to the face?
Absolutely, of the pump kick variety, ripcord. Oh! Hook of the leg!
Wow!
That's it!
Wow, it's over here. Beautiful match. Huge win for Casey Navarro. Making a statement here, marking his territory.
Wow. What a match.
What a match, though. Shout out to Encore. Incredible performance. What a match.
I'd love to find the part where I was calling these guys losers. I was like ripping on the commentators. I think it was this part here. I was like, you guys don't know shit about like that, you know, that's what it takes. I'll show you my boy Code Red. Look at this. This was good match too. I like this
his
match.
partner Luca Brazzi.
Let me
Boys,
put
you
it-
just saw a little bit of that experience, the distraction earlier, but it means nothing right now as Trey Heat right back in the ballgame. Oh, down!
You know, Sean, I was saying earlier, to have someone like Code Red ringside, someone who's been shot 14, 15 times, someone that can't be killed, it's got to make you feel pretty confident coming to the ring over here.
Yeah, absolutely. Confidence is not a problem for any members of Primetime Heat. And Reggie, you've got a lot of experience here speaking with Primetime Heat at the dojo. And give me some insight into why their confidence levels are as high as they are.
You know, when you come out to the ring with Code Red, you're training with the original OG. He has these boys in tip-top shape. They train all night, all day. Like I said, the other day I was with Trey Heat. Oh, nice scissor kick.
Absolutely. Jimmy Conway nailing Trey Heat in the back of the head, and back to you.
Listen, me and Trey Heat were in the gym doing punch back for 6 hours. This is how intense they train.
And you're seeing that for sure, but let's see if that training and that intensity matters right now. Is Jimmy Conway...
Match is about to be over. Watch.
Oh. City.
And I think I should on
Let's
people.
not forget, Trey Heat's like an uncaged pit bull from Atlanta, Georgia. They know how to scrape down there and fight for everything that they have. And that's what you're seeing right here. You're seeing him fight to get out of this hole.
Absolutely trying to stay alive as he claws for safety. But right now, Jimmy Conway leading all the way back.
Oh!
Oh, there's that extra.
Referee never saw it, though.
Pro did not see it, and that damn Code Red.
Primetime Heat, baby. That's why they're called Primetime Heat, because they want the heat, because they can handle the heat.
Will you stop? Not this way.
Not this way, though.
No.
Not this way.
That's how you get it done, baby. Winning or losing, that's how you get it done.
Not this way. That was disgusting.
Reggie, there's only one thing you can do. You can either try to win or you can
Well, look, look.
Are you a loser or a winner, Reggie?
Well, look, the
sounds like you're a loser.
Let's get a replay and see how it does it
right
again.
now. Don't you want to be a winner like Primetime Heat, getting the job done here in Broadheadsville?
But look, Zach, it looks like the action's still going on outside the ring now.
Yeah, well, of course the action's going on, because now it's time to send a message. They got the numbers game here. It doesn't matter if you have baseball bats, if they're not in your hand,
You're seeing the complete beatdown by Primetime Heat.
Oh, but look at Jimmy Luca's coming back to save.
Jimmy Luca.
Yeah, Luca and Jimmy.
Luca, the numbers game's going to catch up. Let's see. Maybe they can fight back out of this. Jimmy Conway, hell of a performer, though.
Luca.
Great Heat. You know,
the number
nothing
game's
to Jimmy
not-
Conway, nothing he can do about it. He got cheated. It is what it is, but, you know, he should have cheated first.
It looks like the number games are catching up to the Jordan's disgusting beatdown.
Sometimes in this game, it's about who's going to cheat first, who's going to do what it takes to get the job done when they have the opportunity.
You're so full of it.
Primetime Heat had the opportunity, and they took advantage of it. And you know what that shows me? Shows me they have intelligence, and you're going to go far in this business, Reggie.
You're so full of it.
Listen, you're just upset that I'm out here styling and profiling and doing what a savage does, being a savage, and then you know the Code Red is about to decimate this in the middle of the ring, baby.
I agree with you, Primetime. He has, they have so much talent, but they don't need to do this. No!
Let's go!
Triple power bomb.
Everybody
to
should
Luka.
start chanting now, BPW, BPW.
Look at the intensity of
Why aren't
Code
they
Red.
chanting these clowns out here? We got to get them to chant BPW is the greatest organization coming up in the world today because of action like this. This is Code Red trade.
And look at they're proud of themselves for this disgusting behavior.
Dio Bando, man, so athletic, great on the mic. He's an impressive talent, man. And he's another X factor in this. I mean, they make a great trio. I can see these guys going far because they're going to do what it takes to get the job done every time. Work together. It looks like they're best friends out there having a great time.
If they're so impressive, they didn't have to do it this way. They have talent. They don't need to cheat to win.
It's not about cheating to win. It's like they're going to do whatever it takes to win. They don't care. They're on the floor. Life isn't fair, Reggie. Maybe you haven't learned that yet in your years on this earth, but life isn't fair. It isn't all sunshine and fairy tales, okay? Life is real and real, and if you live in the real world like I do in New York City, you know that you got to be prepared like these gentlemen are to live that lifestyle, to live the life of a gangster, and be able to walk the street with your head held high.
Whether they agree or not, Primetime Heat to pick up the win.
I thought the name of the promotion was PPW.
All right, you guys probably didn't hear any of that last part, right? I think I
No, I
took it
did.
off. Poor Reggie, man. I went in on Reggie. Called him a loser. Said, you're not from New York. You don't know what it takes to win. You don't know what it takes to get the job done. Sometimes you got to cheat to win. And sometimes it's about who's going to cheat first. Who's going to get the job done. Who's going to take advantage of the opportunity, man. That's what this business is about, man. You do what you got to do when you got to do it. Yeah, so I can't wait for next month, Jay. I'm going to be calling a pay-per-view match. This time I'm going to make sure the mic is like tight on my mouth. I've learned my lesson. I'm still new in this commentary game. That is only my second time calling an actual professional wrestling match. So I had my moments, but I had a lot of fun last night, man. Shit was a lot of fun. We got to get Tom out there. Eventually, Jay will come out there. Jay, you got a free ride. You just got to get to my house. And then you get in my car and we go. It's real easy. And then we get the ring, Jay.
Why is the promotion? Why is it called BPW now? I thought it was PPW.
BPW, Battlefield Pro Wrestling.
Well, who's PPW?
How the hell do I know?
I thought that was Office promotion.
No, he's BPW.
Okay.
BPW. Tom, would you take a bump?
Would I what?
Take a bump.
A bump. Yeah, definitely. No chops though. No chops.
Ah, come on, man. You gotta take a chop before you can take a bump, man. That's the deal.
Nah, I don't think my heart could take it.
I could always hit you on the left side. Oh, don't worry, you can take a bump. Don't worry. The bump will probably fuck with your heart more than the chop will. I'll tell you that.
Is that right?
The body likes to jiggle when you hit that ring, man. What you're going for when you take a bump is you want one solid sound. If you listen to my bump, the first one here is a level 1. Play it again, because why not? So level 1, your feet, and I kind of messed up there a little bit on my right foot. You see how my right foot came off the ground? It's not terrible, but I have a heel spur on my right foot, so I tend to it's different now. It's not like when I was 13 or 14 or 15 or 16. Your feet are supposed to stay planted for a level 1. Level 2. Now, technically, that was a level 3 because I actually got both feet in the air. A level 2 is 1 foot always stays on the ground. Level 3 is supposed to be both feet. So. But right there, you see that landing? That's how you want to land. You plant your feet, you bend your knees, and pause it right there. And the most important rule, Tom, the most important rule is you tuck your fucking chin in.
Yeah.
As hard as you can. Like, you hit the mat and you tuck. Don't tuck first, because you'll fucking break your jaw. You fall like this. Here and here. You want the bump to be here. That's where that sound comes from. Now pay attention to the sound. It's one loud sound. If you take a bump and it's like your body's bouncing all over the place and all this bullshit, you're doing it wrong. One loud sound. One loud sound. I'm gonna actually, if you come to the show, this was late at night. This was after everybody left the building. Well, not everybody left the building, but everybody left this part of the building.
Right.
Because obviously you saw in the interviews earlier, there was a lot of the boys there, hanging out, dressing. That's pretty much the locker room area, but I knew I wasn't gonna get in trouble. It is what it is. I had to take advantage of that opportunity. So you could probably have that same opportunity. You hang out, you chill, you take a couple of bumps. Jay, you taking a bump?
I will give it my best. I'll take it.
All right. Take a level 1. I don't want Anthony taking any bumps. Anthony's just taking the leg drops and the elbow drops. That's it. I'm not even doing a splash. I'm doing no front bumps in my wrestling career. Everything I do is going to be on my back. I might take a front bump if I get paid. If I'm getting paid for it, I'll take it. Because I don't want to break my knees. The front bumps, to me, are much harder than the back bumps. Especially if you don't have knee pads on. And when you're a manager, you don't really walk around with knee pads on. You land on one knee the wrong way hard. Oh, and I'm old. My bones are more brittle now. But my back, for some reason, back is still good. So I can take a couple of bumps, but definitely don't want to fall on my knees, man. That shit is not fun. I took a frog splash once, and I wasn't wearing knee pads. I almost popped my knee out of the socket. I literally felt the knee like shake, and like it felt like it was about to pop out of the socket. And I had to walk around a little bit, but then it was fine. I didn't get hurt, didn't dislocate it, but it could have been fucking bad. So you always have to have those knee pads on. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, good at NXT tomorrow. Can't wait.
Yeah, NXT tomorrow should be fun. What do we get? Tyler Bate and Carmelo Hayes, right?
Yes, sir.
Hopefully they give Gigi Dolan some redemption because she deserved way better than what she got last week. Tom, why don't you watch NXT? I'm curious. What do you do on a Tuesday night if you're not watching NXT?
Watching something with the wife. I mean, wrestling's on like almost every night of the week here, and she can't take it. So,
so what are you guys watching on the Tuesday night?
Well, it's usually something that we're streaming. Like we'll go back and like watch The Last of Us, or something that's going on. What's the one we're looking at right now?
Watching Your Honor.
You guys remember that show? That 70s show. You remember that?
Yeah, of course.
So there's a new version out now called the 90s show, which is funny. Is
it actually good?
Years later, it's funny.
Did you watch the finale of the Young Rock?
Yeah, I did.
It was really good.
Yeah, we watched that too. We do watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, Young Rock. Jay, you watch Young Rock, I'm sure.
No.
You really haven't checked out Young Rock?
I saw the first season, but that was it.
First season was okay, but like the season 3 that they're in now, it gets crazy. All the characters come out: Stone Cold, Triple H, The Rock. It's all Attitude, Mankind, Undertaker. The guys that get to play Mankind and Undertaker are pretty bad, though.
Jesus.
Bret Azar probably does the best job of impersonating somebody.
How did he do in his match, by the way?
He won his match.
How did he do like overall? Like
For his first match, it was pretty good. Like, he hit his spots, you know. He looked like, obviously, it looked like it was his first match, but he looked like he was just in there having a good time.
Okay.
If you want to know how I think he did, I think he had a good time, and he got to live like a fantasy of his. Like, probably was like, you know, he's been playing a wrestler on TV, and now he finally got to have a wrestling match with someone who thought they could, like, you know, kick his ass. V Marino was talking a lot of shit, Superstar V Marino. Talking a lot of shit. Basically saying that he could play Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie. And, you know, I love V Marino, but his body's just not there yet. This guy, Brett Azar, you know, he body doubled for Arnold.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was in the Terminator, doing body double for Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's how jacked he is. Jay, did you catch the clip? You caught the clip of all the action, right?
I caught a clip, a little bit of the action, yeah.
Let me see.
Has some cornbread.
Johnny.
Oh, no!
Let's go! Another one.
Oh.
He's tapping him out.
Yeah, I just want to pause there. Look at this guy's body. Look at V Marino's face right now. I'm actually going to use this as an opportunity to kind of promo on little Superstar V Marino. Better luck next time, V Marino. You did your best, but at the end of the day, you got humbled by Brett Azar, superstar of NBC's Young Rock, making his professional wrestling debut against a professional wrestler named V Marino, Superstar V Marino. And I do agree, one day he will be a superstar, but that day is not today. So V, do me a favor. You keep growing that mullet. You keep doing your thing. Say your prayers. Take your vitamins. You'll be just fine. Brett Azar, congratulations on your first victory in professional wrestling. Got to go where the money is. And Brett's the money. Brett's the money. Imagine working in Hollywood. That man that you're seeing on that screen right there, he was working with The Rock. With The Rock. That's pretty cool. At this point, if you're working with The Rock, you must be doing something right. But yeah, he's been in a lot of shit, and he's coming back to the battlefield. I think if he puts in the work, I think that guy. I mean, look at him. Imagine the time this guy actually gets serious, puts in the work, and goes crazy with his business.
How old?
Look at his body. That's a good question. How old is Brett Azar?
Will he be on the pay-per-view card?
Yeah.
Find that.
He's 36 years old. This is his time.
Wow.
He's fairly young, man. He's got a good shot at this, man. Like I said earlier, come meet Jimmy Hart, Marty Jannetty, 80s Wrestling Con 4 going down Saturday, May 6th at the Men in Sports Arena. You can come meet Savage, hang out. A lot of members of the Savage Kingdom will be there. You come on down, join us, hang out. I have a couple of goodies going on there, giveaways, No Mercy setup. We're going to have a good time. And then you can stick around for some excellent wrestling. Come hang out with us at Outlaw Wrestling. We'll be there March 9th and 11th. I won't be there on the 11th, unfortunately, because I have some serious business to attend to on the 11th. Jay, I can't tell you what it is, but I'll send you the link to watch the debut when it's about to go down, Jay. The actual debut, the real debut. The real debut. And Jay, if I told you the conversation I had earlier today and who I talked to, you wouldn't even believe me. So I'm not even going to go there. But just know good things are coming. Alpha's going to kick Homicide's ass. I hope so. But Homicide's dangerous, so Alpha, be careful in there. Good luck with him. You can hang out. This event I will be at Thursday, March 9th. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be here. It's going down in Ridgewood. 26th again, Sabu enters the battlefield. Make sure you come on down. Tommy Dreamer, a creative pro, and just some other pictures. I wanted to show you. There's me and Brett Azar, Hollywood superstar. My boy Code Red, certified gangster. And you can only see shit like this on Wrestling with Savage. Tom, thank you. Jay, thank you. Anthony, thank you. The journey will continue. Everybody, thank you for being part of the Savage Kingdom. Have a very good night. You're all out of here. If you guys want to hang out, hang out.
What are you doing?
I'm excited.
That was it.
Nice tipping.
Yeah. Let me do it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins